The patient lies pale and weak, his body trembling as precious blood drains from him. Each passing moment drags his blood pressure lower, his heartbeat slowing, fading, struggling to hold on. The wound once thought under control now reveals its hidden cruelty. The metal fragment had left behind infection, poisoning his fragile body. Urgency fills the air, but time is merciless. His heart stutters, then falls silent. Desperate hands fight to bring him back, pressing, pleading, refusing to let go, but the rhythm never returns. A heavy stillness settles. Life has slipped away. A mother clung to a final sliver of hope as her son's life hung in the balance. Guilt weighed heavily on her. Guilt for the pain he had endured, for the helplessness she had felt. She wasn't ready to say goodbye. He was her only child, her entire world. But the cold clinical reality arrived without mercy. The medical team confirmed the time of death. An infection, a catastrophic wound, and irreversible brain damage. Each had played its part in stealing the boy's life. The room fell silent under the crushing weight of failure and grief. Yet, amidst the stillness, one doctor refused to accept the end. Commands were issued swiftly and decisively. Monitors were checked, logs prepared, and blood transfusions accelerated. There was no hesitation. Every step, every breath in that room pulsed with defiance against death itself. This wasn't just another doctor. This was Shin Yu-sung, renowned across the medical world as the hands of God. A surgeon whose skills seemed to challenge fate, capable of pulling patients back from the brink, and sometimes even beyond it. The team rallied around him with quiet urgency. Despite the declaration of death, the operation continued, and incredibly, impossibly, the boy lived. Exhausted but composed, Yu-sung left the operating room. The day, like so many before it, had been relentless. There had been no rest, no reprieve. Another leave of absence canceled. Another day spent battling mortality in sterile rooms under blinding lights. The title, Hands of God, once a badge of honor, had become a burden. What started as a noble pursuit, the thrill of saving lives, the quiet joy of defying death, had twisted into something else. He had become a tool, a miracle worker on demand. Patients flooded in by the hundreds, each chasing the legend. Hospitals fought over his time. Colleagues avoided him. Some feared him, and somewhere along the way, he had lost his place as a person. He was admired, yes, but isolated. The pressure never stopped. The praise no longer meant anything. Even the money felt pointless. Stacked high in accounts, he had no time to enjoy. His life was no longer his own. That night, all he wanted was a moment of peace. Just a drink, a little quiet. But then, nothing. Darkness, a flash. The unmistakable feeling of impact and silence. Then, light, confusion, disorientation. His body was unfamiliar, small, weak, and the voices around him were foreign. Gentle, loving, playful. Faces leaned close, smiling with warmth he hadn't felt in years. But something was wrong. His surroundings were strange, like a fantasy world brought to life. After finishing work for the day, he never saw it coming, the sudden impact. For a moment, everything went dark. He was certain he had died, but then he woke up. Alive, disoriented, surrounded by unfamiliar faces in a place he didn't recognize. Nothing made sense. The people around him wore robes. The language was old, poetic. Ray winced as the woman noticed a fresh scratch on his hand, joking that maybe his dad's beard had been too prickly. But the mood shifted. Concern spread quickly. The man gasped, alarmed by the size of the wound, and shouted for a priest to heal him. The woman dismissed the panic, saying it was just a scratch and offered to treat it herself. Ray looked at her. A soft glow of light passed over his skin, sealing the wound as if it had never existed. It wasn't medicine. It was magic. Slowly, reality unraveled. This wasn't a hospital. This wasn't Earth. He had died. Of that, he was certain. But now, he was here, alive somehow, reborn in the body of a child named Ray. The world he had entered pulsed with unfamiliar energy. It was nothing like the one he had known.